What's up, everybody? My name is Kason. Welcome back to the WDL. This is the Season 3 Playoffs Grand Finals. It doesn't get any better than this. We are down to two teams facing off in a best-of-5 to declare who will be the Season 3 Grand Champion. Season 1 Grand Champion was Surf Taco. Season 2 Grand Champion was Ram 9. And wouldn't you know it, in Season 3, it is Surf Taco, our Season 1 champion, versus Ram 9's guildmate, and I believe guild leader, JB79. I'm sure you guys know him, the awesome content creator. We should have a blast of a matchup. Two really awesome teams, people, and players facing off against each other. So a quick look at how this playoff bracket got here. So many matches that we've gone through. It's been a hell of a ride to get here, from all the way back in the 4 versus 5 matchups. Man, there were so many good best of 3s and even a couple of really awesome best of 5s last week. And I'm excited to see how this plays out. So I hope you guys are excited for this video. Again, a best of 5 between the Season 1 Grand Champion and one of the most impressive rookie showings. I say rookie, it's like JB79 has been one of the best players since day one this game came out. So I don't know, it should be a really awesome video to watch, really awesome matches to cast. I'm really excited about it. Before we hop into it though, just wanted to give a huge shout out to all the YouTube members. I know I say this a lot, but it really does mean the world to me that all of these people support the channel with some of their hard-earned money. I honestly don't know if I would have done like as much as I did with this Season 3 and stuff like that if not for some of these people. So huge thank you to all of these people. Without further ado, let's get into the match. Alright guys, I normally don't do this before the matches, but this is the grand finals and I really wanted to try and just give my opinion a little bit on the players and their teams, how they did throughout the season and all that good stuff. First and foremost, when we did our draft recap video, Surf Taco and Reagan Against the Machine, we said alongside Turumbar was probably the best team in the entire league. Turumbar ended up making, I believe, the top 4, and Surf Taco is now in the grand finals, so I think we were pretty spot on how good the team was. However, it might be even better player running the team. This entire roster has been terrific all season. He has used basically every unit on the board here. I don't know if he ever used Salir Sweetheart, but I think he's used every other unit to my knowledge. And he's got so much flexibility here with a lot of different types of damage, a lot of red mage compositions, just some really good stuff. And I just want to say again, Surf Taco is on the verge of a completely undefeated season. Nobody has ever done that. If he is able to beat JB79 in the grand finals, that would be impressive as hell, not dropping a single series. But again, JB79 has something to say about that. Before we take a look at JB's team, however, I do want to point out one quick thing. JB79 has only lost one single series all season, and that was against Spike. And the reason I point this out is that the team that Spike used to beat JB79 was Astrius, Miranda, and Murmur. And wouldn't you know it, Surf Taco has that team on his roster. He is able to run that 3-man composition. If I had to guess anything for Surf Taco in this series, it is that we will see that 3-man comp at some point during the series. Whether he leads it game 1 or uses it in a different game, I would be shocked to not see that at least once, as we have seen that team have success versus JB's team before. Taking a look at JB's team now to go off and face off against Surf Taco here. This is a team that when we were rating them in the draft preview, I thought was a very strong team, but I didn't think it was like a world beater team. And man, has he proven me wrong. He, especially with Mariel, has put so much work in all season. He's used her in so many creative ways, especially with specific TMRs, whether that's Vega TMR, Dialdo TMR, dropping Bravery, casting Berserk on the other side, maybe not even using one of those TMRs, but maybe using like Hype 3 or 4 Disable on the other side. There's so many status effects and weird things that you have to consider when facing off against JB, because he's just a out-of-the-box thinker. He's a creative player, and there's a lot of creative stuff that you don't always think about, and that's alongside the fact that his Kefka and Revelka are just built different. Their magic damage is just absolutely nuts. I think for Surf Taco with some of his ice threats, that might be a bit scary, and would be another reason that I'd be shocked to see I would be shocked to not see water units from Surf Taco's side at some point. We've also seen him put in some work, especially against my team with a double fist comp with Perrine, Urel alongside Surges with full cold triangle. He's got so many creative things here. He's got some Frostbite in the kit. He's put in work with Lamega. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure what we will see out of him, but I'd be shocked to not see something creative from JB's side. I think he's just an excellent player. I will say I think the roster is favored for Surf Taco in this head-to-head matchup, but I have thought that before for JB79, and he has hard proved me wrong. So without further ado, guys, we've got an awesome best of 5 to jump into. Let's get into game number 1. WDL Season 3 Grand Finals kicking off here, guys. This is game number 1, and it looks like Surf Taco is running a variation of the team I spoke about earlier, but instead of Astrius, it's actually Reagan, so running a mixed element composition versus a team that JB brought out against Spike to try and beat that water team. Cauterizer coming out immediately from Winter Victoria, an interesting use here, and this might be actually very creative here. The Cauterizer is a TMR coming out from Roy Mustang that will drop AP when hitting the other units, so very, very cool to see here. Fast cast coming out from the Merman to try and get that haste and unit attack resist up on Miranda, and this double red mage haste units for Surf Taco here is really, really threatening. Raging Waters here for Perrine as she's going to walk forward. Reagan has his Courage online. Target here for the Winter Victoria means she's got defense piercing and ready to go. This might be a water gun coming out from Miranda. It is 1500 damage and lands the sleep. And now Mariel is stuck next to her units. She does not get to move out of the way. That could be huge here for Surf Taco. Healing power down is nice to mitigate how much heal back Miranda gets there with the Vortex kick coming out from Perrine, but a big old limit break for Reagan is going to hit onto the Perrine rather than the Mariel. That sleep keeping the tank back could be pretty huge. Another fast cast going to land, so double hasted units for Surf Taco. Mariel will get woken up from the Dispelling Thrust, but she's only got 3,500 HP remaining. Mariel, what is she going to go for? Mind Crusher, dropping the Bravery and the Spirit because of that DL, though, TMR here. And Winter Victoria going to go for the sniping slow arrow. That is enough to kill Miranda, but she lives with the courage. And now Surge Strike from Reagan is enough to take out the tank. Perrine is ready to follow up here, though. 66 AP is plenty, as Upsurge will take out Miranda and even give her some CT up. That needs to happen, especially considering that Reagan is hasted up. Jamming Thrust does a ton of damage. Murmur putting in work as the 40 cost unit. And that heal back for Perrine is really, really big because she might still be able to live one more hit. Winter Victoria needs to put in some work here. She finds the split shot angle and drops the 20 AP from Reagan. Will that make the difference as Azure Blade Strike does a lot of damage? Winter Victoria actually lives it. That is a bit surprising to me. Reaping Edge barely doesn't kill Murmur, though. Will that end up being huge? 21 AP for Reagan, enough to kill here for the Winter Victoria. Doesn't even need to use AP, just goes for the standard attack. 153 HP on Murmur means she gets 5k damage onto the Perrine, so just barely living could be huge for Surf Taco. Dropping the healing power on Reagan means he doesn't get nearly as much on the heal back, but he is going to follow up with a Surge Strike, will take out Perrine, and that is a Game 1 victory for Surf Taco and Reagan against the Machine. Interesting Game 1, a very, very close fight here. I think if Murmur drops, that could have been really, really interesting. I think Reagan still probably pulls it off, but he might be only living with 1 HP. Still a very close fight. I think the play of the game, or the biggest factor in that game, was the sleep immediately coming out from Miranda. Mariel got to do very, very little in that fight, and also it affected the positioning, meaning that Mariel had to essentially stay back, stay next to the team. It also mean the Reagan, the limit break, hit Perrine instead of the tank, so that sleep was absolutely huge. We saw a sleep be massive in the series for Spike versus JB79, and it looks like it reared its ugly head again against JB. So what does he have for a response in game number 2 here? Does he go with different kinds of units, or does he try to just add a sleep resist or something like that? Let's jump into game 2 and let's find out. Heading into game number 2 here, Surf Taco running the exact team that Spike used to beat JB79. So he brought out the Reagan in game number 1, maybe tried to lure him into a sense of confidence to bring his fire magic out, as JB79 is running Kefka. However, Kefka is an absolute monster. Gets the AoE resist up, also gets hate on the other party members here, which means Kefka should be able to sit very safely in the back. Courage is online for Miranda. I'm curious to see how JB79's team can overcome this. It might have to be an evasion angle from the Lamega. I have faced off against this Lamega before. He is fully reincarnated, and he is a monster. Indomitability here for the Astrius means he has courage up, and his piercing rates are very, very nice when he has that courage online. Kefka's going to go with I just can't believe it, though, getting that re-raise. He will have CT up when he comes back to life, as the pugilistic mastery won't do much for the Kefka, but it'll do a lot for Lamega in terms of getting his damage online. This should be another fast cast from Miranda. There might be an entirely hasted up team for Surf Taco by the time damage happens, and that is the Banishka coming out from Mariol. A bravery drop could be pretty massive for JB79. I love when he uses his TMR with that arithmetician sub job. It is a very, very nice way to mitigate damage before you close the gap, but Astrius says I don't give a shit. He still does over 10k damage with the Crystal Tracer follow-up included. Jamming Thrust is only 1500 damage, though. Mariol tanking that very nicely. And what can JB's backline do here? Level 4 Fyra. Unfortunately, that is not the skill that you want Kefka to be able to use there. That is the only thing that he could find. The standard attack from Astrius means he has tons of AP in his kit here. Steel Paw Stance is going to give the guaranteed hit nullification to Lamega here. I'm curious to see if anybody can hit Lamega, but good lord, Miranda destroys Kefka in one hit. That was insanity. Damage capping. That is brutal to see for JB79. It looks like Surf Taco might be in a 2-0 lead here in this series. Astrius is going to follow up here. Unfailing Void Blade is going to take out the Kefka, and he is down for the count here. Fast Cast is online for the Miranda. 2 hasted up units and an Astrius versus Lamega. This Lamega is very dodgy. He might not even take damage. She's just going for a fast cast. She can't even hit him because of the guaranteed hit nullification. But the question is, can he kill everybody as Prescient Advantage misses before the guaranteed hit nullification drops out? I don't think the answer is yes. He's going to have to deal so much in the meantime. He's got the dodges unlocked. The evasion is on point for JB79, but I just think it's too late here for the Lamega. The fast cast is here, which means the entire party for Reagan Against the Machine is really speedy. Lamega is trying his damnedest. He's like Neo from the Matrix out here dodging all of these bullets, but it's not going to matter. Miranda's just going to channel a Cura, which means the entire team is fully healthy. It is just a matter of time before they are able to probably get a guaranteed hit onto this Lamega. This might be the last turn, actually, before that guaranteed hit nullification drops off. I think it is. He's got 84 AP. Can he get anything done here? Split Shot is a good chunk of damage, but he doesn't have his friends to help him here. Miranda is just going to go for another fast cast, so she cannot hit still. Don't know if the guaranteed hit nullification is there. It must still be there, as Knight's Blessing is there for Murmur. Astrius, do you have a chance at hitting? What is he going to go for? Unfailing Void Blade, which means the guaranteed hit nullification is still there. Lamega has one more turn before it dissipates. 12 actions left. Will he just survive until the very end of the fight? Bulwark Breach is going to miss as well. Man, Lamega is just popping off right now, but it is unfortunate because it doesn't matter. Like, he is just showing that he can be an effective unit here. It just, the rest of the units kind of got crushed early on. The Split Shot's going to do a chunk of damage. Astrius, can you finally hit this Lamega here? Bulwark Breach is 1 for 2 here. So it looks like the evasion, finally, accuracy is there for one of the hits. Dispelling Thrust is a guaranteed hit now that that nullification is gone. And man, oh man, I think we knew the outcome of that fight fairly early on. Lamega tries his damnedest to get through it, but there's too much healing on the other side. He's just not able to do enough damage. And that means Surf Taco and Reagan Against the Machine are now on game point of getting their second WDL Grand Championship. I can't even believe I'm saying those words. It is so hard to win in this league. If Surf Taco wins another championship, that is just absolutely ludicrous. However, if any team could reverse sweep and come back from 2-0, it would probably be JB. That dude is absolutely nuts when it comes to this game. What does he have for game 3? Let's jump into it and find out. Game number 3 here. Does JB bring it to a game 4? Or is this the final game of our season? It's going to be Surf Taco's Kefka, Miranda, and Murmur versus Perrine, Urel, and Surges. And I will say, with the elemental side of things, JB might have a chance here. This is the composition he brought against me in game number 1. It's very, very strong with full cold triangle synergy. It has courage removal with the Urel, hitting also the Surges. And Dragoon's Pride is going to get Surges far forward very quickly, counting up the steps. I think that was 4 movement. So I'm not sure if he's running Bowtie. I don't know if he has an additional move passive or not. So we'll have to find out here. Fast Cast going to hit onto the Miranda. So more and more haste on Surf Taco's side. Unfortunately, doesn't look like any way to get rid of this. Although if Surge's lands is slow, it could be massive, but he actually goes for the Nighthawk. Dropping the agility means he probably has Thornlet equipped from what I can tell. Fatal Oath is going to be onto the Perrine, which means basically everybody has courage removal. But unfortunately for their side, I don't think there is any courage. I don't know if Miranda actually used hers. Maybe she did. I probably missed it. Here comes the Water Gun. Does it land asleep? It does not this time. But man, Surge is getting absolutely nuked by the Kefka, means JB is now in a 3-2 disadvantage. Subjugating Fist drops the unit attack resist, but that heal back doing so much work. Kefka, what kind of damage can he land here? This might be a hyperdrive. It could be typeless damage. It's going to be 4,000 is still very respectable into that elemental disadvantage. Rend the Heavens from Urel is a good start, but these hasted up units are too damn fast. Miranda's going to go next. She's going to go for the Limit Break. Crimson Storm. I haven't seen this in so long. I think this has a chance to confuse. It certainly does, as it lands a double confusion. Kefka might knock them right out of it, though. Forsaken is going to take out the Urel. This is now to a 3v1 favor for Surf Taco. And oh my god, Perrine needs to put in God's work here to pull this off. Vortex Kick is going to hit everybody, but it's not going to knock anyone out. Surf Taco might be on the verge of getting his second WDL Grand Championship. Dispelling Thrust, 4,600 damage, and Kefka, the Clown, the MVP of JB's team all season, is going to take him out. And that is a Season 3 closing here, you guys. That is Surf Taco and Reagan against the Machine, becoming the grand champion of Season 3, his second in 3 seasons. That is absolutely nuts. He pulls off the perfect season, never losing a single series. That is how good of a player and team he had. That is just absolutely tremendous stuff. Huge congratulations to him. And a huge shout out to JB79. He only lost 2 series, including this one, all season. Impressive as hell for being the first time he's been in this sort of format. I know that he said that he learned some things about his draft and different things like that. Probably would have redone some things. But man, oh man, both of these players were impressive as hell all season. And I will talk about it a little more, but let's bring up the bracket. Guys, here you have it. This is the Season 3 playoffs bracket. Man, it looks very pretty when it is all completely said and done. As you can see, Reagan against the Machine, the grand champion with the trophy here, winning that 3-0 series versus JB79. I will say it was a 3-0, but a couple of those games were very close, and game 1 especially, I think could have went the other way if a couple of things happened slightly differently. But either way, huge congratulations. Surf Taco, I don't even know how much more of a debate there is basically putting himself saying, hey, I'm the GOAT of the WDL. 2 championships in 3 seasons, an undefeated season. He's made the playoffs all 3 times. I mean, I don't know how much more I can say. He is just an absolutely incredible player. He's an awesome person, and very huge congratulations to him. This Season 3 was a hell of a lot of fun. It was a huge, just a huge... I don't even know what the word is, but this was just really awesome to do. There were 40 teams, 40 players who wanted to participate in this. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would be forming something like this, creating something like this that so many people wanted to be a part of, and to see it come, full circle all the way to the end and have one person remaining at the end. It's been a hell of a ride. It's been an awesome experience, and I'm so thankful to all of the people who participated in this. All of the people that you see on the screen, all of the people that did not make the playoffs, just a huge thank you to all of the players, all of the viewers, all of you guys watching this and supporting it, all of the YouTube members. This entire season has been an incredible experience for me. I do want to say a couple of things here. Again, I don't want to take anything away. I want to say a huge congrats to Surf Taco. This was really freaking cool. Congrats to Get Swifty. They've been one of the most impressive guilds in this league, and Surf Taco is now a member of that guild, which means Get Swifty gets their first title with somebody being part of that guild at the time that they won. But one thing I wanted to say is that with this league, I've had so much fun. It is a huge time commitment, and I just want to let you guys, the viewers, know. I said this in Discord a while back. I do plan on taking a break right now from this content. I love it. I really love doing this. Seriously, I think you guys can tell, like, in my face and how I act and stuff, that I really, truly, genuinely love doing this content, but I need a break. I know that if I jump into a Season 4 right away, I will burn myself out. I won't enjoy it as much. You guys will be able to tell in the quality of my shoutcasting and stuff like that, and it just won't be good for anyone. So I've played around with the idea of doing a fourth season that is not casted, where if people just want to draft and have a league and stuff like that, that we could do that. So I've played around with that idea a little bit, but again, I'm not ready to jump into anything right now. And that doesn't mean that I'm just done doing this. Don't hear what I'm not saying. I'm not saying that I'm retiring or anything. I know that I need a break personally, and I know you guys understand, and I appreciate you guys all for that. But regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed this experience all season. It's been a hell of a wild ride. Just to take a look at the playoff bracket and how close some of this stuff was, how things could have gone differently. Surf Taco and Reagan Against the Machine. Obviously, he ends up the grand champion. That's terrific. Going all the way back to his first playoff series against King Delita of the Arknights. If you guys didn't catch that series, that was an insanely close fight. It was literally down to like one hit at the end. King Delita could have won that. It was very, very close. Who knows how differently this would have turned out. The series against Sand Rooster of Unicorn Gunfight, I heard that in game 5, based on the positioning, they ran a for fun match, basically redoing game 5. Sand Rooster or Surf Taco switched his side of the map. Sand Rooster actually won that fight. So in another alternate reality, maybe Sand Rooster wins that series and we have a different thing. So this is part of the reason why I love this game, right? There's so many decisions that go into it. It's at the very beginning of the season, drafting all of your units. It's every single week deciding who you want to bring, where you want to place them. There's so many things that go into this that you can't ever just guarantee what is going to happen. Obviously, I think if you were to take bets at the very beginning of the season on who you thought would win the whole thing, I think Surf Taco would have been one of the favorites. But there's so many avenues and so many ways that this could have happened that it wouldn't have been the case, if that kind of makes sense. And just part of the reason why I love this game, I love all these people, and I love this league. So I hope you guys get half the enjoyment that I've gotten out of this Season 3. I am looking forward to hopefully down the road doing a Season 4, but again, I'm going to take some time for myself. I would love, I've said this before, to do a live PvP like tournament system. If I do this, it will probably be on Mondays. I'm going to take a little break from everything for myself anyway, but I would like to pick that up and start that out. So if you guys are at all interested in doing any sort of like live PvP tournament scene, especially if it's on Monday nights, let me know in the comments down below so that I can start workshopping that and start trying to see what I can create and make a good experience. Anyway, big old ramble. And I don't want to take anything away from this Grand Championship, but I figure right now, especially, this might be my last video for a while. And I just want to get all of my thoughts out there and all that kind of stuff. So again, huge thank you to everybody I already mentioned for all of this. Again, huge shout out to Spike for being a massive help with the league. Discord moderator. He helps with all the spreadsheets and all that kind of stuff. Shout out to Sand Rooster as well for also being a Discord moderator and helping in situations where especially I've been on vacation or out of town or doing whatever. He's, stepped in times where I've needed him to help. And there's a number of other players that have done things like that for me before. Even back to Season 1, we had, guest shoutcasters and stuff like that for me. Season 1 or Season 2. That was Season 2. It's so long ago now, I don't even remember, but huge shout out to all of these people. And yeah, this has been a really awesome experience. I hope you guys enjoyed the WDL Season 3. Look out for down the road, hopefully a WDL Season 4. I'm not going to make any promises of anything regarding my channel. Just know that my rough plan is that I hope to do a live stream PvP setting because I'd like to just stream more in general. And I'm hoping down the road there will be a WDL Season 4. Casted or not casted, whatever, we'll figure that out, but I'm going to enjoy some time for myself, enjoy a break here, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this entire season. So I don't know if I'll have to cut some of what I said out or edit this later, but whatever, I just felt like kind of talking and speaking from the heart and all that good stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and huge congratulations to Surf Taco and Reagan Against the Machine. I'm out, guys. Have a wonderful day.